Hi, and thanks for joining me at Classic Vinyl Top Tens. And as we continue this insane countdown of my top 100 songs ever, in my opinion, and today we're doing 75 down to 51. Please note that this is one song per artist in this list. There's a few surprises, a few what I'm sure will be controversial choices. Um, but please, if you can, kind of give me the likes and the subscribe and all that stuff to keep me and the channel going, as we've got another couple of these to do to get down to number one. So let's start with it, shall we? Let's get cracking. Okay, so coming in at, it'd be good if you got prepared for these things before you started. Um, Coming in at number 75, it is The Stranglers with Walk On By. And why do I love this version? Well, I love the fantastic Jean-Jacques bass. It's a fabulous opening, which, Greenfield's fantastic swirling keyboards dominate. What a loss he was. And then it's also got Hugh's Stalker vocals on top. I'm sure it's something that Dionne Warwick never envisaged when she was singing it, and she does a beautiful version as well. But this I love. It's all about taking a song and making it yours. And God, this is really the Stranglers. Okay, number 74. I haven't got a record for this or anything, CD, anything. This is Ann Peebles, and this is I'm Gonna Tear Your Playhouse Down. And I thought this was Carla Thomas for years. So that's probably why I haven't got a record or an album, because I was looking for the wrong person. I could have sworn she did this song on one of those sort of soul compilations. But anyway, apparently it's Ann Peebles from 1972. It's got a very lazy groove to it. She's singing it like, she's smothering you in a warm blanket, but she's coming for you. Yeah, Ann Peebles, brilliant. Number 73 is Queen, and I've chosen Death on Two Legs. Freddie's marvellous piano opening, joined by some heavy chords which sound like they've come from the future, cuts to staccato piano, and then the song becomes something totally different. Genius track, very creative, and to me it got the best of Mercury and May's guitar work. Okay, so next on the list is someone else I haven't actually got a record for, although I did actually buy the album on the back of this one song, and I thought the rest of the album was tosh, so I returned it, even though I love Paolo Nutini's Candy, which is a sort of sing-along festival ditty these days in the UK, but beautiful lyrics, wonderfully executed, Scottish singer, well worth an investigation. Just don't buy the album. 71 is the Smiths, not the song most people would choose who are Smiths fans. Last Night I Dreamt That Somebody Loved Me, classic sort of Morrissey line, from 1987, from the dour sort of opening chords, and they play in various noises from the miners' strike we had over here, and you're in for that sort of opening. You're in for Morrissey Marr melancholy. But it's majestic. It's majestic. Long song, great song. The Smiths at 71. At 70, it's Daryl Hall and John Oates, and She's Gone. I know, one of the most likely songs to choose. From 1973, it's got a sweet urban groove. Hall's congenial voice sort of climbs with it, and it's Summer's Day, hot in the city type thing. I love it. Fantastic. 69 from 1982. ABC, very British band. It's Martin Fry's easy vocal all over this album, and I chose All of My Heart. And I love the production from Trevor Horn, as I do on the whole album, but I also love David Palmer's hi-hat, particularly on All of My Heart. Exquisite. Okay, the next one. Okay, this is a guy I don't normally include in lists. I've got I think I've got 2 albums of his, and I'm not wildly excited about either of them. Although, you know, he's quite a guy. He's quite a guy. This is Robert Zimmerman, aka Bobby Boy, and it's Hurricane. Hurricane, to me, isn't a typical Dylan track. It tells a wonderful story, of course. The boxer Hurricane Carter. It's his case of a triple murder case from the mid-60s, for which he got 2 life sentences. And Dylan sings a very supportive song about how the trial was cack, and they got the wrong guy, etc., etc. And he got out. Admittedly, he got out sort of like 20 years after he'd been put in, but he did get out. He was, I think he had, was it 2 life sentences he was originally charged with, and he got out in the 80s. So I'm sure Dylan did some good there. Okay, number 67, one of my favourite singers. He's just, to me, he's the best at what he does. Very guilty secret, but I think a lot of people headed that way, you know, 10, 20 years ago. This came to me via osmosis, via my mother. Andy Williams, do you remember that TV show he had in the States? And was it the Cookie Monster or something like that? There was a bear, or anyway, Andy Williams. And I've chosen Can't Help Falling in Love from 1970. It's so upbeat. What a singer, great writers, and as a result he has an excellent back catalogue. I just find it, I think he comes across as a nice guy. I don't know much about him, but he's just such an uplifting singer. Anyway, thanks, Mum. Okay, where are we going next? Oh yeah, okay, so over here there's a lot of noise at the moment about these guys, because the band is getting back together again, or at least the brothers, most importantly. And I've chosen the first song that I think I ever heard from Oasis, and that was Live Forever. And it's a debut single. Did an interesting video, and apparently it's Liam's favourite Oasis song as well. From the later sacked Tony McCarroll's drum intro into Liam's wonderful exaggerated singing, just a great tune. I thought, great tune. Anyway, that's Live Forever from 1994. From 1973, again another very British band. This is Steve Harley and Cockney Rebel, and I've chosen Sebastian, which is the long opus. Much as I love Come Up and See Me, Sebastian to me is the real song. It was the band's debut single in 1973, and Harley had busked it apparently around London. On the final recording, he had a 50-piece orchestra, which sounded superb, and it was wonderfully arranged, and it did well in Europe. But in the UK, in home country, they released it 3 times, and it failed to chart at all of those occasions. But when you saw him live, Steve, no longer with us, of course. When you see him live, Sebastian is always a highlight. Anyway, failed to chart in the UK, unbelievable. Okay. At 64, it is Joni Mitchell, and it is Blue. And you can see this is quite an old copy. Yeah, I love the album. I don't know how the album didn't quite make my top 100 list, or top 40 list, I should say, that I did recently. To be recommended, by the way, top 40 albums. But yeah, this is just classic. and from the opening piano into Joni's one word Blue, then a fluid vocal performance, and this was the time she had just broken up with Graham Nash from CSN, and I think she was with James Taylor at this point. And I think James Taylor's does backing vocals on the album or assists in some way. So that's Blue from Joni. Okay, the next song, no record, no albums. This again probably by osmosis from the parents. We used to go on horrendous Sunday afternoon car journeys with the family. Great when they're your own family, but not when you're the kid. And this song my dad liked, and it is Gladys Knight and the Pips, and it's The Way We Were. And what do I love about this? I absolutely adore her vocal on it. I can't find much else in Gladys Knight's repertoire to like, but she can sing, and the orchestration is brilliant as well on this. It's what was I going to say? Yeah, it was originally Streisand's, and there was the film, of course, The Way We Were. It reached number 4 in the UK and number 11, I think, in the US. So yeah, it was successful, but far superior to Streisand's, in my opinion. So that's 63, Gladys Knight and the Pips, The Way We Were. 62, again, somebody who's no longer with us. This is Chris Cornell's Soundgarden, and it's Black Hole Sun, predictably. I remember seeing the MTV video of this, and I was knocked out. I love the fact that the drums from Matt Cameron were really high up in the mix, and they actually filmed the drums well, which is a rare thing. Usually when you see anybody filming drums, they're looking at the wrong time. They're not really interested when the fill is. They don't, people don't film drummers well, is my experience. And but this was just a cracking song, and I think it's his masterpiece. And comes, what was the year? 1994, Black Hole Sun. Okay, this is one that doesn't appear on anybody's lists anywhere as far as I can see, and while the band might, it's not for this song, I can tell you. And in fact, it's such a mega single, or such a mega choice, that it's not even on this greatest hits compilation, as you can see by the little note. It is Hot Chocolate, and it's Brother Louie, which is an interracial love song. And whether it's the congas or the groovy keyboards or just the story, Errol Brown's delivery is brilliant. It reached number 7 in the UK. I doubt if it would have bothered the US at all. And it sounds round about 1970. I think it's a little later. What did I say? 73, yeah. But a beautiful song. And it's got... it'll come to me, what's his name? Alexis Corner playing one of the dads in the vocal bits. Yeah, a very contemporary song, but you can tell it came from around about 1970. Okay, number 60. An underrated band, I think, an underrated album. This is Elastica, and the track is Waking Up from 1995. Justine went out with Damon from Blur for quite a while. I don't know why I mentioned that, but this was infamous, or Waking Up was infamous, because the Stranglers publishers sued for copyright, and they won, and unfairly in my view, and they said that Waking Up had copied No More Heroes. Yeah, have a listen to it. That's spurious, I think. But as a result, now the Stranglers are on the writing credits for Waking Up. Yeah, it was the publishers, as far as I know, nothing to do with the band. Okay, the next song that I've chosen is another sort of atmospheric way, is another atmospheric, excuse me a second, I'll just find the records I've just dropped on the floor, is an atmospheric, moody, beautiful, ethereal song, and it was introduced to me actually by Rick Beato, who I'm sure you must have seen some of his videos. If not, look him up now. Put mine away and go and look up Rick Beato. He's superb. He's great in front of the camera. He's a super musician. He's got fantastic ear for music. Yeah, Rick Beato, Beato. Anyway, it was one of his favourite songs, he told us, and this came from the Be Here Now album in 2006. It's deeply moving and soulful. Ray LaMontagne, Be Here Now. Probably haven't pronounced that properly. Okay, from the Sublime to, at 58, the Sweet. I don't know how much traction the Sweet got in the States, but over here, a bit like Slade, they were on Top of the Pops regularly. This is Hellraiser is the song I've chosen, although to be fair it could have been Fox on the Run or Blockbuster or Ballroom Blitz or Love Is Like Oxygen. I mean, they're all great. They came up with some great glam rock riffs, and what a drummer in Mick Tucker, very underrated. Andy Scott is the only surviving member, unfortunately, and I think he still tours, does a bit with a version of the Sweet. And Chin Chapman wrote most of the songs, of course. That was the Sweet. Hellraiser, 1973. Number 57. This is a live version, and like most people, I often don't prefer live versions to the studio recordings, but on this occasion I do, and it's from the Nocturne live album, which was recorded at Royal Albert Hall in London, and I'll show you this, but the version on here is not the version I like. And the track is Israel, and it's the very start of the gig. It has a Stravinsky Rite of Spring opening, which is quite a violent piece of classical, and it's a precursor for Steve Severin's bass notes coming in, and bells and Budge's beautiful little drum pattern. It's all beautifully recorded. Ride cymbal, bells, and all that's even before Siouxsie comes in. Yeah, fantastic live version. Also, Robert Smith of The Cure is the guitarist with Siouxsie at this time. So yeah, worth checking out. And the video, check out there is a YouTube video of the live version of Israel. Number 56, one of my guilty pleasures. When I hear it, I want to move or karaoke or something, not that I ever have. But Jon Secada, Just Another Day from 1992, luxuriant vocals, soar over a bass-led rhythm. It reached number 5 in the US and in the UK. Yeah, karaoke gold, Jon Secada. 55, something very different from what's just gone. This is from the 60s, 1965. This is the wonderful Walker Brothers, and My Ship Is Coming In. Makes the hairs on my arms stand up as they get to the chorus from 1965. It could only be the 60s, but a stunning vocal performance. Whatever you thought of Scott Walker's solo stuff, the Walker Brothers, brilliant. 54, another very homegrown band. This is Thin Lizzy, and the track I've chosen isn't the live version on here, but it's Don't Believe a Word, and I prefer the studio version, but it's just a great riff. Lynette's Magnificent 2, and then there is a staggering guitar solo in here. I think it was Brian Robertson, and the story goes that Lynette had written a blues song, and it was the tempo was much lower, It's a much slower song, gentle song, and then Robertson heard it and turned it into what it is, apparently. So out of all the Lizzy songs, I've chosen Don't Believe a Word. Okay, number 53, an old-time classic, maybe too old-time, some people say, but from 1968, I have chosen Jimmy Webb's brilliant Wichita lineman, sung by Glen Campbell, about an Oklahoma lineman, or BT operator as we'd probably call him, relocated to Kansas. And I need you more than want you, and I want you for all time. Beautiful romantic lyric. And Glen Campbell, I didn't realise, but he was quite a studio muso, big guitar hero of the time apparently. Anyway, Wichita lineman from '68. Number 52, a very English band, UB40. This was their first single. It was a double A side. I Love King, which is about Martin Luther King, and although Food for Thought is excellent as well. It was recorded at Bob Lamb's Bedsit in Birmingham, King's Heath, I think. I've had the pleasure of being there once or twice, and it has a magical opening, and then Brian Travers' superb sax riff kicks in until the layered vocals begin. From Signing On, was it Signing Off? Signing On, from Signing On, and the start of a very big career for them. 1980, UB40. And finally, in this section, at number 51, it's a bit of a classic, I think. It's sheer class. It's Billy Paul, Me and Mrs. Jones. I believe there was an affair, allegedly. It made number 1 in the US and number 12 in the UK. Great vocals, great production, fabulous song. And that is the second chunk of the top 100. And the next one obviously is 50 down to 26. I hope you'll join me for that. In the meantime, if you'd be so kind as to like, share, subscribe, all that, keep the channel going, because I'm enjoying doing this at the moment, but I've got other things to do. We've all got lives. Anyway, thank you for joining us on this. See you again soon. Cheers. Bye.